again, Brian, Minhui, Fred, Janet. Okay, let's go. All right, today is the 7th of September, 2021, Tuesday. Wow, Tom Lee is bullish for September. Very bullish, in fact. He is saying that the S&P 500 will go up by another 100 points. That means that it's about, loosely translated, it's about 800 more points upside for the Dow Jones. Okay, wow. Very bullish. But interestingly, he says that September will be bullish, but October, we had to watch. So later on, stay tuned to his segment. All right, Tom Lee is one of the well sought after analysis, have been pretty spot on recently. So that's why maybe it's time to listen to him. Okay, so I'll let you hear him out later today. Okay. All right. So again, as usual, every morning I like to rub this your morning with a very interesting cartoon of the day. You can see that this is a very cute cartoon. I bought my first stock and it went up by 5% in a week. Oh, that sounds good, right? That means that I'm a stock picking genius. I plan to max out all my credit cards and become a day trader. Hey, this is very familiar, right? A lot of us actually believe in that itself. After we have a good run in the market and we believe that we are a genius and we think that we can actually, go all in. Then this guy says that, but the total market was up by 6%. The market overall is up by 6%. Oh, that's just luck. It can't do that forever. Now, when I look at this cartoon itself, I really, really, really love, and I find that it relates very well to some individuals. Now, undeniable from 2009 until today, 2021. All right, really, 10 over years has passed. We have seen incredible number of people really making a lot of money in the market. And as long as you stay long in the market the last 12 years, you wouldn't have lost money. In a way, of course, in between you may lose money, but the thing is that overall. So that's why you can see that basically the S&P 500 has recovered more than 2 to 3 times from the lowest point. And this tells you that staying long is always a better choice over staying short. All right. But of course, again, this is going to be like, when will this end? We will know. We won't know, but we will know that we have to be very careful. So it's a very cute cartoon. If you understand what's behind the cartoon, the reason why I show you this, the real truth of the market, you know what I'm trying to express here. All right, disclaimer as usual. Please take note that you have accepted the above and you identified me. All right. Now, the Hang Seng M1 trading program have received a lot of people liking. All right, we have quite a few people likes it. So later on, I'll tell you what time we'll have this Hang Seng M1 trading workshop. All right. Now the thing is this. Okay, this is yesterday one. Okay. Well, these are all yesterday's data. Okay, this is the market for today. The one all skip. All right, that one is all yesterday's data. Okay, I want to show you now is that this is the yesterday's Dow Jones. Now, yesterday Dow Jones was not trading. The Dow was spot on. The spot market was closed, but the futures CFD market was still open in a way. So that's why you can see the Dow Jones moving, but it's still part of a chart. So the CC now is an extra extended zebra, yellow, red, yellow, red, yellow, right? So it's we count from yellow, red, yellow, red. So these 4 of them is a zebra formation. This 4 is a zebra formation. Hence, therefore, that this is the highest point, this is the lowest point, so this is the range of the zebra. So the upside potential is like this, the downside potential is like this, okay? All right, so let's just recap and see what happened yesterday. But because the spot market was not open, so it's not really indicative of anything else. But you can see that yesterday, if you follow the rules of engagement, the market came down first, went below P2. By right, anytime it goes below P2, below OP is a sell. But there's no color change, can't do much. Okay, it went down all the way, and then after that, it bottomed out, nice doji at the bottom. Now, what is important, I told you before, right? Whenever you see a color change that happened on the pivot, whether it's CCYR or CCRY, as long as you see a color change happening at the pivot, you should look at it. And if you look at it, you would have actually considered to buy here. All right, you should consider buy here. So after that, you notice that the market slowly, gradually goes up above opening price. And of course, above OP already a very clear cut. Above OP, above P2 already, and the KSI is, green in color. You can see the bottom of the screen is all green in color. Now, traditional indicator asks you to sell because it's like at a higher level, but for us, it's a buy. And of course, you can see gradually the Dow Jones went all the way up. And then again and again and again, incredibly, KTR plus 1 is a mathematical formula created by the opening price. And of course, when it happens, we already know where's KTR plus 1 by the first minute of the day. Yet the market really hit the pivot KTR plus 1 nicely, perfectly, and then after that, pull back. Now, as if again, we know where is KTR plus 1. So these are all the uncharted, it's all the incredible zone that our system knows, and we can actually exploit on this. And that's the reason why I tell you this is really incredible. All right, gold market of course was very, very light with volume, no trading, not much trading, and market was kind of slow. But again, the KSI was green. There was no blue bar, as I can see over here. So, but the P2 is there. So if the market goes below P2, theoretically it's a sell. It's a sell. CCYR is a sell. But because the KSI is green, then we have to look for KTR minus 1 to buy back. So with all this information, you know that already. So once the market goes below OP and goes below P2, that's why you can see that gold really comes down. So you can see very clearly that once the market goes below OP and P2, you do see that the market will follow through and take some profit. But again, yesterday, because it's no lack of cash market, so if the market is not moving much, it's kind of expected. All right, very, very slow day yesterday. Yeah, but it's still tradable as long as you use the techniques that we have for you. Okay, so that is the recap of what happened yesterday. Let's look at some news right now, local news first of all. Now, this local news, not recent one, and this is the local news back on 21st of August, okay, 2 weeks plus ago. In the time, the reporter was saying that the Singapore COVID cases hit the lowest point, and everybody was kind of happy with that at that point on the 21st of August. But incredibly, since 21st of August, when we hit the lowest point, immediately it's now Singapore, wow. You see that? Immediately from a case of 37 cases, we jumped more than about 8 times recently. Wow, that is a very big jump. So sometimes it's all right, you can't count your chicks too early, you see. Yeah, so that's what happened in Singapore. And now, if you look at it now, we have still got about, now it's the latest update, we have about 637 cases warded recently. And that's quite a lot, 637. And 21 of them are kind of seriously ill. They need oxygen supplementation. And 6 of them are in the intensive care unit. Okay, but majority of them are above the age of 60-year-old. And of course, some of them are not vaccinated fully. So that's why I say that you really need to get your vaccine shot. Because think about this, even that you may not like it, you may think that's not conspiracy theory, but this something is moving on. You have to be very careful. So for people who are still not taking their jabs yet, I really think you should. Because now we have about 81% of the population already completed the full vaccine regimen. And of course, this is quite pretty good data. And but unfortunately, our minister have just said that there is a possibility to see up to 2,000, oh my goodness, 2,000 new cases in October if the infection rate continue to hold in this gradual movement. It's very, very scary. And of course, just yesterday alone, 235 locally transmitted cases. Locally transmitted. That means that it's still ongoing right now. So basically, that's the reason why we shut down the office. We don't want you to come in because we want you to stay home to protect yourself, all right? So there's a new addition measurement right now about taking care of yourself. So those people who need to do some testing, go ahead. And of course, for next 2 weeks, probably I advise to limit yourself to 1 social gathering anytime. And also we are looking at vaccine booster shot for the younger adults, which I think that is a kind of a good measurement right now to just be careful. Okay, so you can go online to search on this. This is the latest one. I'll do this later on through our Any Under Sun group. Now, I want to show you this because nothing to do with market, but this is Naomi Osaka. Now, Naomi we know she's a very fantastic tennis player and is also one great proudness of us in Asia. But the thing is that recently she just crashed out from her US Open. But what is important here is I want to share you something very important to do with trading, is that after the game is over, she lost a game. She said that it's very hard to articulate the feeling that she has right now. She honestly doesn't know what's going to happen and she don't feel like playing her favorite tennis. And she said this, how do I go around saying this? I feel like for me recently, when I win, I don't feel happy. I feel more like a relief. And when I lose, I feel very sad. I don't think that's normal. I didn't really want to cry. Now, this is called a slump. Now, this is finally I find a good way to explain to you a slump is. A slump is whenever you are playing your tip-top game. Because she said that she's still good with her serve and stuff like that, but she just don't know why. And the feeling is that when she wins, she just feel more relief. It's like, okay, I'm not so bad. Okay, but when she loses, right, oh, the feeling is crumbling. So what I'm trying to say to you is that, right, this is called slump. And if you are in a trading slump and you need help, please contact me. I think the last 2 months, I received at least 6-7 people texting me on the site and telling me how to recover from this, and then they were in a slump. And slowly, I help them to recover. So if you need some help, let me know. All right, this is called slump. Okay. Now, Binance, basically, now this is very important. Binance Singapore is Binance Singapore. They are totally different thing. Okay. Binance, okay, itself to halt Singapore products after MAS warning. Okay, so we know that what happened in this one. So Binance says that it'll be ceasing Singapore dollar trading pairs and payment option, as well as removing the app from Singapore iOS and Google Play Store as of Friday. That is very important. Binance, not Binance Singapore. So those who have Binance account, you may want to transfer over to somewhere else already, because you don't want to, get further implication and stuff like that. But if you cannot transfer to Binance Singapore, you transfer your money, your crypto out of this, put into another hard wallet, but you must remember your password. Okay, so because they have this, they say consumer protection and stuff like that. But main thing is that there's no services changes on Binance Singapore. Binance Singapore is a Singapore entity, FYI. It's a Binance representative, and it basically allows operation and be done, and they basically follow the MAS law. So please understand this: Binance is Binance, Binance Singapore is Binance Singapore. All right. If you want to know more details, you can contact Binance Singapore, and then get more details to see whether can you transfer your coins over and stuff like that. You need to contact them directly. All right. We are here just to explain to you what happened, but we are not here to help you on this, because we are not too sure how does this really go around. All right. So please understand this, Okay, so very important market information for references is very important. Now, incredibly, wow, literally everywhere is sprouting with bullishness. Now, Nikkei Japan. Okay, Japan Nikkei is 225, surged 2% yesterday to see gains for the second day in a row. Now, what is that? Because Yoshihide Suga, all right, I get it wrong, correct, will not be running for the upcoming leadership, all right? Apparently, because he's not running, okay, it's not running. So people like it. You know why? Because of this guy. Remember this guy? Yeah, this is the guy. Okay, this is the PM currently right now. Okay. Now, why? Is because he says that he wants to concentrate to take care of the coronavirus currently, but because we all know that his corona response was very slow, and of course, during the recent Olympic, he has to go ahead with it, despite the public really don't like it. And of course, we know that in Japan now, many people got sick after that. So because of all these things itself, right, okay, the public really don't like him. And when he said that he's not going to run, the public, oh, good. So the market went up. So that's what happened in Japan. Then for the Chinese stocks, well, apparently now Beijing, okay, apparently now Chinese President Xi Jinping, all right, announced on last Thursday, that they will do an exchange in Beijing, okay? And apparently, right, the 66 selected stock, that is supposed to cross over. All right, apparently one third of them all hit 30%, meaning they basically went up and hit limit up level. All right, so of course, these are the counters. He says that it's because to serve the small and medium-sized enterprise, but actually we all know that it's to basically control all the funds movement here itself. So that's why we all know that what's happening. But of course, the Chinese stock market went up, and of course, when the Chinese stock market went up, the Hang Seng also went up. So yesterday, Hang Seng also go up all the way on its own because of this particular news. All right. So that is another reason why Hang Seng is going higher recently. Now, at the same time, European stock also go higher because now that because of the non-farm payroll was so terrible, there is no chance of potential tapering, and that basically makes the European happy. So because of that itself, right, we saw FTSE, DAX, CAC all went up by about nearly to 1%, because now there is the chance that the Federal Reserve may have to continue to keep their monetary policy loose, and also that there'll be more stimulus coming from Japan and China. So all these things again propel the stock market higher. So everything looks beautiful and looks good, right? Market bull Tom Lee predicts a record September, but warns that a 10% correction could come in October. So today, this morning, Tom Lee came out and said something like this. He says that, according to he says that the upside momentum will go up by another 100 points, he sees a very strong bull rally in September, so bears careful. But the thing is this, he says that there was not a window of 10% correction for 2021, so he believed that there could be one in October. Wow, seems that now he's predicting in terms of month now. So his point is that he said that we are very close to tapering. So when the debt ceiling comes in, there'll be a chance that there'll be a concern, and that's why the bond market will panic, which is in October. Hence, therefore, this will happen. Okay, so let's watch a quick one on what Tom Lee says. This is just only 1/5 of the entire video. The full video I'll upload later on.
How strong are we talking here?
Wait, on the volume louder.
Especially as we're looking at, it may not be as bad as typical, but we can actually see some serious momentum to the upside. That's a great question. I think that when it comes to how investors respond, my guess is that the number of investors probably have a 10% growth, something like 11% some of that, and so money was taken off the table. Usually when people re-risk, they start buying cyclical epicenter ideas, and I think that's the part of this lag. So I think it could be something that least 100 points in S&P, so that takes us to that.
Okay, so this Tom Lee, I like the way he said, he articulated very, very well. He said that it's because that a lot of people say the August market will fall, and because of that itself, right? A lot of people take the money off the table. So now they kind of regret. They may regret. So they're coming back again. He did it in a very good way and doesn't piss anybody off. And in fact, people feel good about it. So very smart guy. All right. Basically, in short, he is saying that US is still an underlying expansion. Of course, there's a risk-on formula. He believes that crude oil will go up further. Bitcoin will still stay up. Boss is very bullish on Bitcoin. And he says that, right, he still like energy and material. So he see great opportunity in the FANG counter like Facebook, Amazon, Apple, Netflix, and Alphabet, all the Facebook material stuff. And he says that, right, there should be more buying back in the cyclical and the epicenter idea. So his target is very, very clear. He believed that the upside of S&P could hit 4650. Wow, okay. This is like, wow, 50 points from the above his year-end target. So he said that the peak will be in September. Then after that, October, pull back. Then maybe the market recover back into 4.6. So he already forecast to you where he's seeing the market. And based on his current, all his spot-on calls, right, that it's a fair possibility. Yeah. So traders take note of that. Okay. So I'm showing you everything you need to know as a savvy trader. Okay. And okay, sorry, there's some one. Okay, hold on. Okay, but of course, the Myler Tabak strategy says that no, there's froth in the market and a correction seems obvious. Okay, so what did he say? Basically, it's all right. Look at this. This is the Nasdaq chart. You can see that since March 2017, all right, the Nasdaq chart has been going up, and every time hit about 46% to 48%. There's a bit of pullback. But the last time we have this is like, wow, very long time ago, and now we are even higher, almost 70% from the 200-week moving average. So they're saying that this is way, way overdone, and usually when the market is too far away from the moving average, there's seemingly there'll be a pullback. But of course, if you believe in the idea, you'll be wrong for months and months and months. So of course, that's the one thing to do that. Okay, there's a bit of, let me just correct this to change the, okay, here we go. All right, so this guy is saying that there's a lot of froth in the market, and he says that the current today's market now looks similar to the red flex bit in 1999 and year 2000 peak. So during the dot-com bubble, he said that stock goes up, just like what happened in AMC and the stock lab. And he says that a lot of meme stocks are running around, a lot of SPAC counters are going crazy, and the stock market now is very, very expensive. And he also said that now the S&P, the QQQ 100 ETF is 70% above his 200-week moving average, okay? So that's what you see in the chart right now, the ETF, the QQQ ETF. And because of that itself, right, he felt that, right, the GDP growth is going to go down this year. And because of that, the company will face more comparable quarters. And he believed that a real potential crash is coming down. And the thing is that the only one that's holding the market is Federal Reserve. So of course, if on the flip note, if there's going to be they're going to be tapering, then things will go down. but we already know that it's quite difficult for tapering to happen. All right, so this is the guy. Yes, we put a face to the person who write this. Okay, this is the guy, Matt. All right, the SPAC deal is really over according to some people because a lot of counters now are trading below $10. Okay, most of them in January this year was at trading $20, but nowadays most of them are trading at the lower end of about $10. So that means that a lot of SPAC counters are being hit recently. And of course, we're talking about big company that even built even counter. SPAC also went down and went into court trial soon. So all these really tell you that maybe the party is over. So again, this is what some people are saying that why the market is near a peak. But again, we have to really follow and see what is actually really happening right now in the market. Okay, so this is what I have for you in terms of data and news. Let's study the chart right now. The bulls go smooth, the bear goes green, and the lemmings go is different this time. Okay, let's bring it in, shall we? Oh, no. Okay, here we go. Okay, all right. So everybody take a look right now on the China A50 counter. Now the China A50 counter this morning has traded down. It crept down a little bit, but my main point is actually trading lower. Just give me a short moment, guys. Oh gosh. Give me a minute. Sorry, my bad. I need to. Hold on. Gosh. Okay, for China A50 right now, you can see that the market is trading lower right now for China A50. Basically, it is the moving average itself. Let me read the MLP first of today. The MLP is somewhere near here, and the moving average is slightly higher. Wait a minute. MLP moving average. So as long as the moving average MA30 is at 15250, as long as the moving average is still showing that the upside is there, there's no real concern for this. And you don't forget the reason why the Shanghai market itself is trading higher because of their funds are moving to Beijing. So, and Beijing is a central capital, and there's this speculation saying that they will let it fall. So that's the reason why the China stock is kind of strong right now because of this movement here. Overall for China stock, if you look at it, this is the current movement now. It's still on a downtrend. There was this pump back then, remember this heavy backup pump whereby the market exploded upwards by almost 900 points. Then after that, it literally collapsed up. So in my point is this, if the market stays above the MA30, we could see a recovery back to 16,000. But if the market fail to stay above the MA, okay, this is what I'm seeing right now, the upside potential. The downside potential is that it fails and it goes down instead, then we could see it going downwards below 14,500. So I'm going to put it down there for you to make it 14,500 versus just now that one I say is 16,000 level. Okay, so watch the MA closely. This will give us a very clear indication of a big movement down, big movement upwards. All right, upside and downside potential. Okay, Hong Kong is going to open up very, very soon. Let's just stand by for Hong Kong. Let's quick one now. Hong Kong yesterday recover very, very strongly. Yesterday, it's a bit, I think there's some data entry error, is it? Yeah. Oh, Hong Kong open already. Sorry, my bad. Hong Kong has already opened. Okay, Hong Kong has already opened. Okay. Okay, what we have here right now is that the Hong Kong is staying above the MLP, it's above the MA30 at the moment now. It's still okay, pretty positive. Let's see the Hong Kong chart right now. Okay, this morning, Hong Kong. Okay, so this morning, Hong Kong, what do we see here, everybody? Hong Kong this morning opened. Yes, opened at about 26,164, gap down a little bit, and now it's pushing up again. You see that Hong Kong is pushing up again. It's now higher than the yesterday's high. Yesterday's high was 26,209. Now it's 26,221. Okay, KSI is also green, so the market is kind of positive. The market is going more towards the upside. So, and it's above pivot one. So overall, above OP, above pivot one, buy right, it's a buy for Hang Seng. So traders, I repeat, above OP, above PO1, CCRY is a buy for Hang Seng. All right, those are M1 trader, please follow the M1 trading rules. You know what to do. All right, I'll come back to this later on. Okay, let's look at the Dow Jones once again. All right, now this is where it gets really very exciting. You know that, every day, every morning, if you come up to my MAO every morning and you listen to my MAO and I tell you where to look out for Dow or Nasdaq, the Hang Seng to buy, you're gonna make a lot of money. Why? Because yesterday we talked about this at even 6:30 a.m. yesterday. Remember, I said that the Dow Jones, that is a level to watch, and that level is 35,301. 35,301. I gave a specific level yesterday for the Dow Jones, and what happened? Oh my goodness! Look at it, guys. Look at it. Look at it. This is the opening price in the market. Opening price. This is the opening price of the day. Opening. Look at the Dow. The Dow really came down, came down, came down, came down, came down. And once it hit the 35,301 mark, it stays there. And it didn't go down further. U-turn in about half an hour time, and ballistically after that, wow, look at it, crazy. It went all the way up to almost 500 points. So it means that it's up 200 points from the very point I say this, and I say this as early as 6:30 a.m. in the morning. Oh my goodness, this is crazy, right? All right, if you think that this is crazy, please keep it crazy right here. CRAZII. If you think that by sharing this one, if you want to retrace, you want to check back, you can go back and check the charts. You can see that what I said at 6:30 a.m. yesterday. My goodness, 6:30 a.m. I already tell you that 35,301 is a very, very, very critical level for the Dow Jones. And yesterday I only cover two markets, that's Dow and gold. And so it's like not a lot. So if you remember that, wow, that means you would hit the jackpot, right? Well, did I hit the jackpot? I didn't, because I was busy outside yesterday. It was a very, very long day for me and some of us. It's so tiring yesterday, but it ended okay, reasonable. Okay, so today, what is the 4D number? Okay, first of all, MLP first. MLP is here. MLP is somewhere here at 35,411. Okay, now we're trading below MLP. All right, so only Fred know it yesterday. Not many people hear my MAO yesterday. It was just like so early, and say US market was closed, so I understand that. Okay, so but today's you look at it for 3 days in a row, the MA30 touch and recover, touch and recover. Okay, previously also touch and recover, touch and recover. So it does tells me something interesting about here. Okay, so today's sun is here. Let's put it in now. Okay, here we go. 35,319. So today number have increased a bit. Okay, first of all, MLP first. MLP for today is estimatedly at 35,411. Okay, the MA30 is estimately at 35,319. Okay, so let us go through this momentum again. If the market basically loses MLP, it may be going down to the MA30. Okay, means if you lose 35,411, it should travel downwards to 35,319, MA30. Now, the last 3 times, the market touches it 3 times, the market rebounded. So that means that today, 35,319 will also be the watch level, okay? So we have to watch out for this. Okay, yeah? So Dow, MLP estimate at 35,411, MA30 estimate 35,319. Okay, so these are the 2 levels that we should be watching the Dow Jones for today. If you look at it, right, the market have touched the BNB RL. The market has also touched the BNB SL. So whichever side later on they pick, whether it's above RL or SL, right, it's very, very high chance that we will see it going for the 1x1 extension on top and below. on top and below. So that's why I will say that there's a very good chance to make about a decent 200 points. I can't say sure win, but high chance of winning once the market choose either side. Above RL is a buy, below SL is a sell. So traders, there's a 200 points, big winner standby for you. So once we have any time we see the RL or SL being traded, right, I wish that the people in the global group chat can talk about this, and then we just maximize the profit over there. Okay? All right, yeah? So traders, let us watch this very closely. Okay? All right. So that is the Dow Jones. Let's look at the Dow Weekly. Now the Dow Weekly, I already told you that about what I talk about this is like if it opens and trades below the intersection point, it will be a point to be very careful. And you can see very incredibly yesterday, the high of the Dow Jones purposely touched perfectly at the intersection point. Can you look at it? I cannot zoom further, but if you can peer your eye into this, you can see that it actually touches that intersection point very nicely. And I cannot deny this as a trader. If I see something like this, short selling is a better idea versus the going long. So the opening price of the wick itself, right, is 35,369. Okay, so which means that as long as the Dow Jones stays above 35,369, upside is still very possible. But if the market loses 35,369, then there is a possibility of a bit of profit taking. Now, where would it go? Well, if you want me to put a number to it itself, right, I think chocolate bar is somewhere like here, okay? And that is quite terrible. That is quite a bit of selling, huh? All right, a bit of selling, because this is as low as we're looking at, wow, crazy number, 33,196. Now, I don't think this will happen, but the chart tells me that the possibility is kind of there. Because after that, it's all right, there's no chocolate bar. Of course, there's one nearby one. This one is the one I just mentioned about the chocolate bar. Okay. Just do it for you. Okay. The nearest chocolate bar will be here, the one just mentioned, at about 35,073. Okay. The closest, the one that I just mentioned. So as long as the Dow Jones come down but stay above 35,073, there will be an intermittent recovery here. But if the market loses 35,073, right, the market really has the technical potential to travel down all the way here itself, and that could spell some concern. And of course, when that happen itself, right, that's about current. That'll be how much? Let me see. Let me take a look. We're talking about almost 2,000 point drop. 2,000 point drop is about 8%, around 8%. So I think fair lah. 8% pullback will be much better than anything else. 8% pullback will help the economy better because that will give people a lot of room to buy. You see, buy cheap. So if you keep on pushing the market higher and higher, right, it become very difficult for people to jump in to buy. And when people find it very difficult to buy, right, the market will not go higher. The market will actually be kind of like stack. What do you call? What we call it as it gets stuck there. So when it gets stuck down there, right, what happened is that the market cannot go further or go higher. So that's why it's a good idea to actually let the market pull back a little bit so that the buyers can come in and all get happy again and push it up. So if we look at what this Tom Lee says, he said that upside and pull up. But my point is this: I think that it might pull down and go up. I don't know. I'm not Tom Lee. So anyway, this is my technical view, lah. Okay, all right, guys. If you understand this, please key number 1 right now. What I just say about here. If you remember what I just say, please key number 1 right now. Okay, well, I'll take some water break first. Okay, thank you. All right. Thank you very much, Susan. Thank you, Anthony. Thank you, Toming and Fred. Okay, let's continue. All right, let's look at the China A50 today. Now, China A50 now is still down, but it's off the low, so it looks okay. Okay, Hang Seng. Okay, Hang Seng is near the lower end today. Now, Hang Seng is trading more to the downside. This morning touched the BNB RL and pulled back a little bit, but it's still above the MLP. It's still above MA30. So traders, you just have to stay on the positive side, unless there's some serious profit taking today. Okay. Let's look at the Dow Jones. Here we go. Okay. So first of all, already we have yellow, red, yellow, red. So this is the zebra formation. The zebra, okay? Yellow, red, zebra. Okay. So zebra means that big movement is coming in this way or this way, right? I don't know which way it will go, but I know that we're going to go for something big very soon. Okay. All right. So what is the range of this zebra? Let's take a look. The range of this zebra happened to be around 300 points. Okay, 300 points. So which means that if you take the low here, this low is 35,231. Okay, so 35,000 minus 300 will be 238. Sorry, so it'll be 34,938. Okay, that means that we're gonna put a number in. Okay, hold on. Change the color again. Okay, so the downside for the zebra is 34,938. So it's here. Okay, if so the downside is 938. So the upside itself, right, is 35,533. So 35,533 plus another 300 points. Okay, 35,533 plus 300 points. So you need to plus 300 points. Here we go. Here we go. So which means that based on the zebra formation, the upside potential for Dow Jones will be 35,833, and that will be higher than the recent high, which will means that it will be the new all-time high. Okay, it will be the new all-time high. But if the market pulls back instead, then 34,933 will be the technical level that the Dow will go down. And if it goes down to 34,933, it's kind of possible because there's a very important neckline on the Dow Jones. So it is very possible. My bet is this, that it will go down to 34,933. I know that by saying this is going to piss some people off, but if you look at it, a chart point, you notice this, right? There is a little bit of resistance around this area here. Can you see that? I didn't do the pivot today, but it's just that it happened to be there. You realize that, right? And of course, the support level also kind of clustered together. Can you see that? It's like a hamburger and all the ingredients in the middle. And the bread is 358. The top of the bread is 35,833. You can see like a McDonald's. All right, this is like a McDonald's burger now. Okay. The upside is 35,833. The downside is 34,933. So as long as June 433. Okay. All right. So this is the hamburger that I'm looking at. So that's why I think that you just have to look at it. Once the market choose either side itself, right, it's a 300 points upside rally or downside sell-off that you can look at it. Okay. All right. Clear? All right, this is zebra formation. This is zebra formation, okay, the hamburger here. Now we look at the today's market, okay. Let me remove all the lines here. Just leave it down there first. Okay, so for today's opening price, for the Dow Jones is interesting because the opening price today, if you notice, is a flat top, no? Can you see that? Today's the opening price is flat top. Flat top means that the opening price and the day high is the same. Flat bottom means the day high, the opening price of today and the day low is the same. So the thing is that it is a flat top right now, okay? So normally flat top, we do see some selling pressure, okay? But because there are so many KCB at the right side, it's kind of very difficult for the Dow to really go down. So for today, I will say this, with the KSI is green, if the market go down to KTR -1 or -2, look out for buy potential. I repeat, we look out for buy potential at CCRY, right, to look for buy, okay? But if the market travel down and goes below P2, there will be some profit taking. Yeah, you will have some profit taking. But again, because the KSI is green, so again, my limit, I think, is between -1 to -2 at best. Yeah, I don't think there'll be any more other than that itself. Okay, so that is the Dow Jones for today. Nasdaq. Nasdaq has continued to escalate. We have the triple doji, and I told you after the doji, there will be a directional day. And those who remember that already make money. See that? The doji next day, woohoo, we have a big upside day. Initially it came down. Initially it came down first. We thought the downside is coming in, but when the market flipped back up again, the OP, look at it, immediately we have instant reaction. All right, so upside on the Nasdaq, about 80 points on there. All right. Now for today, interesting. The range of the Nasdaq is getting tighter and tighter. That one is undeniable. It is really incredible. The tightness is really crazy stuff. Let me just show to you how crazy it is at the moment. This is the tightness of the Nasdaq. You can see over here, and you look at it. If you join all the bottom together, you can see that it's a very tight movement here. And again, also today it looks a bit like the Dow. It's like the intersection point crossing each other. So traders, those who are bearish, will say that this is the bull flag, and then it's coming down. For those who are bearish, or those who are bullish, will say that no, this is uptrend. They will draw it this way, and draw this way, and say that, okay, the trend is still very positive. There's no reason to panic, and more upside. So again, different way, different style. It's all about what you want to draw to, give yourself the doubt feel. But to me, it doesn't really matter which one you take. Now, to me, is that today MLP is really there. Oops. Okay, I took away my MLP. Hold on. Leave them individually. One thing about this is that you have to do this. Okay, so MLP for today is at 15,686. Okay. But the MA30 is so far away. The MA30 is like 15,350. Oh my God, for 300 points away. So there's no real reason for us to panic at the moment. We just have to wait for a while. So Nasdaq still pretty okay. Okay, let's look at the Nasdaq with our TWB system. Well, the TWB system, nothing much. It says that it's a KSI is green. Currently now it's trading below the OP, but it's still within the pivot 1, pivot 2. So even there's some profit taking today, the downside is only like KTR -1 to -2, the maximum downside. So Nasdaq, nothing much to say. It's about the same thing. Okay, so that's Nasdaq. That's S&P. Okay, S&P 500. Well, interestingly, yesterday the S&P 500 went up, but it did not go high enough to trigger the highest point. That is about 45.52 level. Okay. So what is happening here is that this is the MLP for the S&P. It's about 45.41. 45.41. Currently now it's trading at 45.40, slightly lower. And the MA30 is somewhere near here at 44.89. So my personal view is, if you look at it carefully, now let me just draw to you the chart again. Now this is S&P chart. This is the long term. The long term cannot be used anymore because already way go above it. All right, so let's look at a bigger term. Look at it, guys. This is the humongous movement of the S&P 500. Look at it. Ever since the golden crossover back then when it was trading at 29.80, all the way it went up. All right, you can see that my neckline is still there for a long while. Okay, so now where's my new neckline? If you want to ask me itself, right, my new neckline will be somewhere around here. Why? Because you can take a look. Again, I didn't prepare myself when I come on to MAO. It's just like whatever flows in right now, I'm telling you. This is the highest. Okay, hold on, color. This is the point here. Then you notice that once you go back again, it got rejected here again. And once it crossed above it, right, straight away, you see that when it pull back, it come back down again. When it pull back, right, it came back down again. Can you see over here now? Can see clearer? Okay, this is the longitude chart that I'm showing to you. Now you can see also on the other side is that whenever the market hit the MA30, hit the MA200, you see that the market rebounded, right? Every time hit the MA200, it rebound. Hit the MA200, it rebound. Okay, now why do I want to say that? You look carefully now. Do you see anything here? You notice there's a few things all around this area. Is that the current price, the blue line that I put, this number is 42, 42, 42, 42, okay? You notice that it's between the 95% and the 90%. So in between, right? So it's like, like about the 98%, 92%, sorry. So that means we're talking about 8% drop. So basically, we're talking about where we are now, right? We're talking about 42 is about 8% from the highest point. So it's in line with what I just said. I don't think it's a 10% pullback, but an 8% pullback, okay? Then you also notice that the technical point just draw, right? And the MA200 also coincide here. So the MA200 also coincide there. So let me explain to you just in mathematics, if this actually really happened. Okay, this is just only my own hypothesis, okay, make it smaller a little bit. Okay, so you can see that, okay, two lines there. Okay, so if you look at it from this point, mathematically, the market hits here, pull back, hits here, pull back. Once it cross, okay, it goes higher. It goes higher, all right? It's one red line. Okay, then when it came back down, it comes down here and it hits this point, the 42 area. And then after that, it goes up again. Okay, got the idea now? Okay, this is the to tell you why this 42 is something interesting. Okay, now you look at it. If let's say now the current MA200, you can see now it's trading very closely, very near to the 42 area. So if let's say, only F say there is going to be a pullback of salt, and it comes down and it breaks and breaks and breaks. Okay. Now, for it to come down to 42 again, obviously by the time itself, right, the MA200 will go down. The MA200 will go down. That's for sure. It's maths. All right. And then when it hit the MA200, we have seen it so many times. After that, it rebounds strongly. So if you ask me, it's all right. I kind of believe that this might actually be happening. I think that this may actually be happening. If let's say the market is to pull back, let's say if you're going to pull back, then it will stabilize at the MA30 first. If the MA30 stays stabilized, then there's no chance for the market to come down. But if the market really fall for whatever reason, okay, let's say what Tom Lee says is correct, then the market will go down, then it'll be down by about probably 7%, 8%, and then you hit the MA200, sorry, you hit MA200, and then after that you rebound. So if you were to ask me, put a script here as well and say that where the market will be going, right, I cannot believe that this will happen if the market goes back. Okay, so let's see whether will this be very possible. So everybody, can you write for me something here? Put the S&P 4242, S&P 4242. That means that you also heard me saying that 4242 is an S&P level that we are looking at as a form of the neckline, as a form of technical level, 4242. Okay, if you can write it down so that all of us can remember this. Okay, I'll write it down for you. 4242. Okay, so of course it's like, wow, so far away, Cal, how can you know this will happen? Yeah, of course I understand that. I'm just trying to explain to you that if it actually really happen, then this is the thing, no? Okay, 4242. Okay, yeah. Okay, thank you, Richard. Thank you, Anthony, Toming, Fred. All right, 4242. Now, of course, for 4242 to happen, it's going to be a very big pullback on the market. So, of course, that one we put it way next time. Don't worry. All right, let's talk about this right now. Okay, S&P 500 today. Now S&P 500 today, KSI is green between the two pivot. Everything looks good. So even as a pullback itself, KTR -1 to KTR -2 will be the fair profit level for this S&P. So downside kind of limited today. Okay, downside kind of limited today. Okay. Okay, let's look at the Hang Seng again. Wow, Hang Seng has recovered back again. Now I told you it's above MLP and above MA. The downside is going to be limited. Okay, let's look at the Hang Seng itself. Wow, wow, wow. Oh my goodness. Oh, can you see that, guys? This is really worth all the money in the world. Look at it. The opening price is here, okay? And look at the Dow Jones, Hang Seng. When it goes down, right, it came down perfectly. He hit the KTR -1 as if that, it's there. It's meant to be there. Wow, look at it. The low is how much? The low of the day is 26,080. That is the low of this bar. And today's day low, the KTR -1 is 26,080. Look at it. Look at it, the numbers at the bottom of the screen. Okay, look at it now. You can see that. The low is 26,080. The KTR -1 is 26,080. Oh my goodness. Look at it. This is really insane. Insanity, right? How can a system predict the low of the day using mathematics? Look at it. This is really insane. Oh my goodness. This is why I can tell you this, guys. Really, we really have a very powerful system in the world. No? We just have to know how to utilize it. It's going to bring us a lot of wealth. And that's the reason why I'm spending a lot of time doing this Hang Seng group here, because I'm going back to where I really am good with it. That's why I really want you guys to come along with doing this. So since there's about 40 of you, right, let me tell you later. At 1:30 p.m. later at 1:30 p.m., I will conduct the Hang Seng class again. At 1:30 p.m. later, via Zoom, I will conduct the Hang Seng M1 trading. I'll write down for you. Today 7 September. Okay, 1:30 p.m. to 3 p.m. We're going to conduct the Hang Seng M1 training. Okay, so it's via Zoom. So if you have missed it, then please join us. If you miss it, just join us. Okay. All right. Wow, really incredible. Really, really insane. Okay, never mind. Move on. DAX. Okay. DAX yesterday blast up. Wow, look at it. DAX have been going down all the way. It has broken my triangle on this Friday. We thought that the DAX was going to go down, but instead, well, it has another opinion. It basically turned around, bang, went up. So now the thing is this movement basically has destroyed both my triangle. Both my triangle have destroyed. Okay, I must take it out already. Okay, so now what happened? Let us review on this. First of all, this is the MLP for today. Then this is the MA30 for today. So as long as the DAX stays above MLP and the DAX stays above MA30, there's no reason for you to panic, and the upside is still there. Now, from the way it destroyed my triangle, that means that it should be able to go testing it should be testing this all-time high. All right, it should be testing, all right? But whether if it fail, then it means that this is like a triple top thingy, then selling may come in. So we just see how it goes. But at the moment now, it seems that the market going upside is kind of stronger than downside. Upside potential is stronger. Okay, so let's look at Nikkei. Wow, Nikkei really, really incredible. Look at it. Oh my goodness. Now I told you, right, why is it so powerful with MA30 and stuff like that? Look at it. The Nikkei, when it was toying around this MA30, I told you that, right? The market must use MA30. But the market gave us a very good information right here. Remember, there's a BMB, right? On this day, the BMB created, and then the market stays above the MA30. And of course, the next day, the market stays above the BMB RL. And of course, that leads the Nikkei shooting up like this. Fantastic. And of course, when it crossed above the MA200, last time when 200 was here, it got resisted, it pulled back. Now it crosses, it went all the way up itself. So all these are really technical analysis that chart-wise can help you, and you can see that how it works. Okay, so Nikkei now, where is the highest point it will go, and the upside, where is it going to be, and stuff like that, right? Well, I have my own personal view. Let me just share with you. Now, my personal view is this Nikkei. There's a chocolate bar here. It's a BMB at the same time. So I'll put it down here. And here we go. That's the reason why. So that's the reason why the Nikkei has climbed up so strongly, because if you look at it in a major trend line, if the major trend line is like this, okay, a major trend line, it has broken a major trend line. And so if it's a beacon of the, lamppost, like, like this is like the, this drawing here, this is like the lamppost, and then it is the lighthouse. This is the break above, so it will go upside and it will come back to here itself. So that's why I'm saying that, right, Nikkei, once it crosses the technical point, you can see that the market all the way up without fail, all the way, shooting it up all the way. All right, so I know my picture's dropping y'all, but my point is this: for Nikkei, I feel that the resistance for Nikkei will be approximately 30,200, and that is a KCV level. So I believe that Nikkei will be resisted around 30,200 level. That's my view. Okay, so for Nikkei, oh, okay, today Nikkei day chart is very unique. The opening price exactly at the pivot 2, below OP, below P2 is a sell. So even though we saw the Nikkei news was positive, we see market is positive, everything is positive, KSI also positive, but in the technique call for sell, we have to sell. So below OP, below P2, no matter how, I say no matter how, you can see, I didn't talk about whether the minister is leaving, whatever. I say that no matter how, it will be a sell. And of course, if you look at the chart, you see for yourself, you can see that once the market opened this morning, okay, Nikkei opens already right straight away all the way down. Right? There's no chance. And already you can see, right, this is the opening price, which happened to coincide with the P2 today. And once it goes below OP, below P2, you see the Nikkei sell. So this really tell you that, it doesn't care which technique, which market, it doesn't care which market it is, what was the positive news or how bad the news is yesterday. As long as the market is basically below OP and below P2 or above OP, above P1, it is almost really identically, the result will be the same. Either up or down. Okay? I mean, as in above OP, above P1 up, below OP, below P2 down. It's really there, and doesn't really need anybody to really know the DK, how the indices work, or which minister is leaving. You don't need that. You just have to follow through the chart. That is why I say that, we can really go many, many places. Really, we can go many, many, many places. Okay, all right. So this is what happened right now for the market. All clear? Okay, if all clear, everybody, all right, let's go for gold. Let's go. Okay, so gold, what happened? Gold pullback yesterday, technical pullback. Today's MLP will be here, so it's slightly now above MLP, slightly. I told you that it's a very strong resistance at 1829, and that is the PTP technique, 1829. So as long as the gold stays above 1829, stay below 1829, sorry, gold will not go up. Okay, 1829 is a very, very strong number. 1829, okay, very big number. I'll write down for you, okay? 1829. It's a very, very important number. So as long as gold cannot stay above 1829, gold will have some pullback. Okay, but if gold can stay above 1829, gold should have further upside. Okay, that is my one view only for now. And weekly chart wise, trend line broken, nice, and now it's trying to stay above the 120. Yesterday low 121 and rebounded, so it's still above the 120 level. So seemingly it's still positive. Yeah. Okay, so let's look at gold for today. Okay, interesting. Today's gold opening price is very near the pivot 2. KSI is green, no blue bars. So as long as the market touches pivot 2 already, right? Then if there's a color change at there's a color change there at pivot 2, and if it's going to be a CCRY, it will be a buy. So again, you already know what to do, and you look at the chart yourself. Amazing, right? You see, amazing. The market really came down. Color change right at the pivot and CCRY, and of course, what do you see immediately? The market actually goes up. And of course, in this particular trade, it went over OP also. That's why you can see the gold shooting up from 1822 all the way to 1826 level. $4, quite a good profit for in the morning. But what some of you say, like, Cal, I don't trade in the morning. I understand. But my point is this, I told you before, right? If you see a color change that happened around the pivot 2 or pivot 1, always look out for that. That will be a good sign. And of course, at the moment now, there's no blue bars at the bottom. So this tells you that there is still a lot of positiveness in the market right now, at least for now. Okay. Okay, so that is gold and the day chart for today. So you just hang on it and watch out. Huh? Okay. Silver. Well, silver yesterday pulled back, but today already covered back all the losses. And again, that tells you that silver is now really like one of the Reddit aim counter now. Yeah, indeed, I believe that now silver is going to go higher. My belief is this: silver is going to go higher. I repeat myself one more time, the third time. I believe that if silver doesn't pull back, it's going to go up already. It's going to go up here to the MA200 level. All right, MA200 level now is somewhere around here, and that's $25.75. So we're talking about $1 upside. That means that there is a possibility to see $1 upside on silver. Okay, $1 upside on this silver. Now, $1 upside is quite a lot of money. So if you don't utilize this, it's going to make a lot of money for you. Okay, silver. Last one, crude oil. Now, crude oil has pulled back the last 2 days. Today is kind of trading near the MLP, but it's above the MA30. It's above the MA200. So based on what Tom Lee says, he's kind of bullish in crude oil. I also think so too. So I believe that crude oil has the potential to go up. Okay. So my view is not as $80. I think about $72 to $74 is the best. 73 actually is my best bet. I believe that this upside will be about $72 to $73. My best bet for this round. Okay. All right. That's my view on the crude oil. And wait, I'll bring out. If you look at the crude oil chart today, crude oil day chart wise is also between the two pivot. KSI is green, so kind of positive. So as long as the crude oil stays up, yep, upside is gold. But do not today crude oil is an inverse pivot. Today crude oil is an inverse pivot. Now you can see that how come like that? It's like quite nicely. No much changes. Everything looks good. That's why I say my pivot is very unique. Okay, my pivot is very unique. Double confirm. Is it inverse pivot? Yes, indeed, it's inverse pivot. So doesn't mean that how it looks nice means there's no inverse pivot. Some of you try to break the code and know where the inverse pivot come from. It's a very unique formula. So which means that today, for inverse pivot means that if the market stays above OP, right, it will drag itself very strongly towards this point, $70.77. If it goes down, it will drag itself down to this $68.32. So if you look at it, with the KSI is green and everything looks good, the chance of going up is higher. Okay, going up is higher. Okay, we'll come to this tomorrow. All right, so that is all for all the indices. Let's look at the Bitcoin currency, cryptocurrency, a quick one on crypto, just a quick one. Now, Ethereum is still moving up. I told you Ethereum is going to go higher, and it's really coming to the point that I share with you. that it will go up to about 4,000 plus level, already traded because it's the KCB level. All right, is this a good time to buy Ethereum? I say no. I told you not to chase. All right, a few days ago. So now we are down here. I believe that there'll be a pullback, then maybe stabilize before we go up again. So this is what I view on this Ethereum. But of course, different people, different viewership. I will not want to argue who's right, who's wrong. Now, Bitcoin is now trading at 52,000. It's even higher this morning. All right, it's even higher. Now, Bitcoin, likely the upside potential based on what we are seeing here, the KCB will be about 53,000 level, 54,000, sorry, 54,003 plus level. Now it's trading at 52,000 today. Now, of course, this is the KCB level. This is the chocolate bar that is sell down back then in during early May. So now the market, how it goes down will be how it goes up. So you can see that it's covering all the chocolate bar very nicely. So if you cover all the chocolate bar, you have to cover 54,300. Now, my view is this is where I think that will be the peak for this round. And again, a pullback of sort before we're talking about going up again. So I believe that this is my view on the Bitcoin. I believe that Bitcoin, we are roughly near here for the intermittent resistance. And once we get a good pullback of sort, this is a good time to buy. And that is the lovely time to buy, to hold it all the way to Christmas. This is my personal view for this cryptocurrency. Okay, all right, so that is my view on the cryptocurrency, and I completed today's MAO. I hope that you enjoy this MAO once again and do well for your market. All right, if anything, I'll see you online later. And also one thing is that don't forget later at 1:30 p.m. we're going to have our Hang Seng M1 trading. Okay, all right, see you later, guys. Bye-bye.